Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. We're going to talk about the anger that we have at God sometimes. And this is in response to a viewer who said, why hasn't God healed me? And we have to really look at it in a different perspective. So I'm not going to get biblical as far as verses, things like that. But as far as, we put our trust in God, that God is going to heal us. But this is the thing, is that this is a life lesson. And in a sense, the fact that we're going through this is possibly a redirection towards God, that He wants us to come closer to Him. Now, we got to take accountability for the things that we've done wrong within our religion, whatever you believe. But as far as, did we have premarital sex? Are we supposed to? Did we have a child out of wedlock? Are we supposed to? Are we helping others as we should? All the different things that go along with religion. Were there things that you did outside of that? And those rules, in a sense, are put in place to help guide you to have a better life. So if you wait till marriage, that somebody's really going to commit to you for the full relationship, little things like that, that bring us off this path. And maybe we're the chosen to come closer. So I had a brother, still have a brother who's very religious, and I was a little upset because I'm going through a lot of the same things that you guys are going through. And I'm like, you had the perfect life. Why does God help you and He doesn't help me? And my brother had said something very profound. He's like, because I visit him more. And he meant because I go to church. He's involved with the church. And, when we're hurting, it's hard to go to church because we're angry at God. And are we displacing our anger? Are we living the life that we're supposed to live? So as we move forward, what's done is done. I'm not judging you. God might be trying to redirect you. And He helps those that help themselves. Just like if I was your grandmother and you're like, why isn't grandma feeding me? She has food. And I'm like, sweetheart, I would love to feed you. I've even asked what your favorite food is. I prepared it. You have to come over. I don't have a car. I can't walk. I made you a meal. I'm paying for it. I'm offering it to you. I will reheat it if you need it. And are you going to starve to death, or are you going to come get your nourishment? So, in a sense, we have to put forth effort to heal, to allow God to heal us, just like we would have to put forth that effort to get grandma trying to save us, to feed us so we don't starve, and to show us love and spend time with her. That it's perception. You can get mad at grandma, but she's trying, but she needs you to help her. And just like God, He's not going to silver spoon us. We are going to go through struggles to learn. Now we know red flags. Now we know some things that we should have done different, that we should have waited for, or handled in a different way, been stronger, maybe walked away from some people who we saw red flags, whether they were alcoholics or drug addicts or promiscuous, whatever the situation might be. But God is our guidance. And, are you looking for Bible verses? Are you going to church? Are you fellowshipping with the right kind of people? That we can be mad, but we also have to take accountability. Are we doing our part? And, just like as parents, when you're raising your child, if you do everything for them, that's actually to their detriment. If you do everything, they're never going to learn. They won't be self-sufficient. They'll be helpless out in the real world. So we are building up our strength. And it's kind of like an exercise that we're doing, that without our participation in the healing process, it's not going to happen. We have to have that desire. And it gets hard. You know, we think, you know, God can create all these miracles, but he also gave us free will. And, you know, sometimes too, we got to shift. Sometimes we in this moment might be a servant. We're supposed to serve God. That maybe now we'll either be free to help somebody out and babysit their kids while they're working, or whatever it is, that now we're available for something. We can, you know, talk to someone who's going through a hard time. We're not always the center of attention. That, in my perception, the way God works is it's all interrelated. And, you know, sometimes we're the servant and it kind of feels like we're a pawn, but sometimes we're the blessed ones, and it gets frustrating because we want everything to be our way. We have to be cautious on that. We have a purpose. And are we living, let's say I'm Christian, it could be whatever religion, but are we living the Christian life? Are we really living it? Are we witnessing? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Are we doing our part? We want this full blessing, this full healing to just happen. So healing is possible. God will open doors. We have to walk through them though. And I know it's hard. I know we get in these depressions and these funks and anger, and we want to displace this anger somewhere, and we don't want to internalize, you know, should I have done that? Should I have just moved in, or should I have waited till I was married? All these little things that we played a part in some of this destruction. Not all of you, some of you did it the right way, but you know, the devil or evil targets people. And, you know, this is our learning lesson to ward off evil, to help those that we can. Nobody's perfect, but to realize the destruction and to redirect, like keeping our boundaries stronger. You know, that it takes time, and we have to release that anger, but we're being angry at somebody we want to help us, God. And, you know, if you and I were talking to each other and you wanted me to help you, I don't know, borrow some money, you wanted to take a loan from me, I'm more likely to give you that. If you're kind to me, you want to be around me, regardless if I give you the money or not, that you truly love me and you're hoping. But if you're angry at me and, you know, what are the dynamics then? You know, are we loving God back or just asking him? Is it a two-way relationship between us and our God? So I know a lot of people feel a deeper sense of security and love and contentment when they do their part in that relationship with their God. But we have to do our part. We have to go to grandma's, as an analogy. So there are things, whether it's religious or even just taking the advice, maybe myself, other YouTubers, other things you Google are your blessing. You know, they had that one story about, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like there's a flood and people are on top of the rooftop and a boat comes by and it's just a small boat. And the people are like, no, we're going to wait. And then a larger boat comes by and they're like, no, we're waiting for God to save us. And then a larger boat comes by. They let that one go too. And so anyways, they die, go up to heaven, and they're like, why didn't you save us, God? And he's like, I tried 3 times each time you pushed it away. And sometimes it's a perspective. Maybe some words, even just words, maybe some words I have said or somebody else has said, that it takes time. We have to realize that. We have to realize there's the 5 stages of grief. It's normal to go through what we're going through. It's normal to feel angry, but that is one of the steps closer to acceptance. We have to accept what happened to us. We have to accept what was our fault, what wasn't our fault. We have to accept that's in the past. And we won't heal until we accept. We will not heal until we accept the situation as it is today. If we continue hoping or trying to manipulate it back, you know, are we trying to control the situation? Are we letting God in enough to bring us down that path? Because it will all work together if we do our part moving forward. So did you go for a walk today? Are you trying to get your serotonin up? Maybe that walk would have either brought a new love interest into your life, or maybe you would have seen a beautiful deer and it just made you feel good, which even just that little bit of feeling good can start the healing process. Did that motivate you? It starts to turn into a habit after you do it around 30 days. Are we changing ourselves? God's not going to pick you up off the couch and force you on a walk. He might give you a beautiful day. He might give you a rainy day that feels really good on the skin. So he wants to heal you. He wants to heal you, but he also wants you to learn this lesson. So learn the lesson and get the grade you deserve, which is full healing. You'll get that A+ if you put the time and effort in. Otherwise, your healing is going to be an E, a D. Maybe you're at a C or B level for your healing. How much effort did you put in? How much did you let go? How much did you accept? So I know it's hard. I've been there. I've gotten mad at God. But he's there for us. There is scripture that is helpful. And sorry about that, guys. But I just want to say that our faith is important too. Are you starting not to trust God? Because in reality, maybe that is his way of saying, I need you to trust me wholeheartedly. And when you trust me, it'll happen. Just like if you're standing on the outside a window of a 3-story building, if you don't trust the people with that trampoline or catch pad, you're not going to jump and you're going to burn. When you have the full trust, you can take that leap to your safety. We're not trusting yet. We are not trusting if we're having problems. So I hope that was helpful. I'll do some more videos on this. Say a prayer. Say a prayer. It does get better, I promise you. But we have to go through those steps and accept what happened.